Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews, looking at Out of Darkness Russian Imperial Stout from the Brewers Reserve, from Squatters Brewing Company, from the Utah Brewers Alliance.
I have never heard of Squatters.
It was two different brewing companies in Utah, Squatters and Wasatch. They combined their, you see I still have 99 cents in the can. They combined their operations and formed the Utah Brewers Alliance. Kind of cool. They're like two separate companies, but they work together. And there's two burning eyes, and okay, what?
I just wanted to see the little description on the back.
Yeah, I was looking on their website. It didn't say too much. It says,
Outer Darkness has 65 IBUs, is black as night, and cold cellared like a Siberian winter.
okay, so 65 IBU is going to be pretty bitter, and 10.5% alcohol is going to be a lot of alcohol.
All right,
But
all in this tiny little can.
Yeah, and it's not going to be bitter so much from the hops, but it's going to be from that roasted, that charred, that almost burnt aspect.
Okay, sounds
So it's
good.
going to be dark roasted malts, probably chocolate malt.
Sounds good.
Not chocolate, but that dark roasted malt, they
Yes.
call it chocolate. And then some hops, water, yeast.
Very dark.
Probably, maybe even some oats or wheat, perhaps. I don't know. Probably no corn syrup or rice
Good.
that you get with Budweiser or like Busch beer. You always say you don't like the corn syrup or the rice. Okay.
No, not a big fan of such things.
Not a big fan of filler. I did the red stripe from Jamaica. You know what they use as a filler? Cassava
Yeah,
flour.
you told me about that.
Cassava, tapioca.
I want to try it.
So you can make tapioca pudding or drink red stripe. All right. Yeah, red stripe is mostly just like a regular beer though. Usually those fillers are tasteless and odorless. They're just used to give it some
Coming
body.
out pretty tarry, like very
Oh yeah, it's going to
dark
be
and
dark.
thick.
Now, rate beer's giving it a 99 out of 100, a 92 out of 100 for the style, Russian
Okay.
Imperial Stout. Beer Advocate's giving it in somewhere in the 90s.
Okay.
So they're saying it's outstanding up to world class. Okay.
It's already looking real nice.
I thought I had it before. Turns out I had not. I had no ratings on Beer Advocate or Rate Beer. And I looked on the videos, no ratings, no video from me. So I was
Alright.
confused. I've had many Squatters and Wasatch beers though, and I've always had good results. Mathern's was selling these for 99 cents because it says on their Best Buy around this time last year, 2016. So it's about a year out of date.
All right. So that means it's going to be stronger?
No, some people will contend that these strong 10%, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12% beers, dark ales, if you let them age for 5 years, they'll bring out a lot of things.
Okay.
I haven't had a lot of success with that. I found that it just made them taste stale and like old.
Well, great. I'm excited for this.
But this might be good.
Take
no,
this
but,
with a grain of salt, I guess.
No, I mean, but 99 cents, so it's a lot cheaper than normal. Oh, it smells very licorice, dark roasted, dark bread.
First of all, this beer is so dark it is almost black.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
it's if the light hits it, there's a little color but this is basically black.
There was no head, but the head they have is beige,
Yeah.
or is that tan?
Beige and tan.
There's some brown showing up at the top corner where the light can penetrate.
That's
the
what I'm
outer
saying,
darkness.
but most of it is, yeah, outer darkness.
I had the John Kerr's Russian Imperial Stout. There's the Narwhal,
Whew, it's getting hotter as we sit here, I think.
yeah, I'm trying to think of some other ones, but I better just. You can look that up on Rate Beer, and I'll give you a whole list of these things. Oh yeah, the old Rasputin. Okay. Wow, that is dark.
I smell the kind of smoky burntness, I think. Like almost like a beef jerky smell.
Beef jerky. Wow. I'm picking up some really dark roasted barley malt.
I just got it in my nose.
Now you're spilling it. Leg. This would be probably very sticky on your hands.
Kind of smells like beef jerky too.
Beef jerky. Okay, well, let's go ahead and taste it.
Sorry, I had a little beverage malfunction over here.
I do that sometimes, sniffing the beer, and you get really a good.
Well, it's so high up on the glass.
Yeah, you get like a good indication of how it smells when you.
It does.
sniff
It
in.
smells meaty, like kind of smoked meat. Not like overwhelmingly like meat, but that smoked kind of.
You ought to try those Oxford Curler Rock
Ooh.
beers. Those smoked beers, they taste and smell like smoked meat.
I don't know if I would like that.
Oh yeah, because
but
you said you didn't like Scotch because it tastes like peat moss.
it tastes like cinders. Okay, well, well, it tastes better in my mouth than in my nose, but has a kind of coppery taste.
It's really dark roasted barley malt. It's syrupy. It's
It is a very heavy mouthfeel.
Some black cherries, some black licorice. Mostly just dark bread. Some sugar.
It is pretty bitter.
A little burnt char, but it's not burnt. Like I've had some black beers, and they taste burnt, like you're drinking charcoal or like carbon. But this does not really have that.
Not quite.
But it's got a little acidity, bitterness. Yeah, but not in the IPA type bitter. That's usually that fruity type pine sol bitterness that people like or don't like. It's just mostly like a syrupy, heavy mouth, right? Like thick mouthfeel. Thick beer, a lot thicker than Guinness Stout. Although, if you ever try the Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, it approaches this.
Approaches,
Because it's thick. 7.5, I think. It's most people when they think of beer, they don't think of this. And your Coors Light drinker, your Pabst Blue Ribbon Light beer drinker, they are not going to like this.
you definitely want to sip it.
So you wouldn't think
a lot.
a Keystone Light drinker is going to go for this. But they might if they're open-minded and they like to try new things.
People are complicated. They contain multitudes. Someone might want to drink Keystone Light on Friday night and this beer on Saturday afternoon.
Some fudge. 10.5%. Ooh, wee. Some fudge.
It's good.
Brownie.
The very first sip wasn't that good. It had a coppery sort of taste that I'm not sure why, but the more I drink it, it's very good.
Now, I don't know how it would be fresh relative to this.
Yeah, so
It's a year out of date.
Take
But
that into
look,
consideration.
like some beer companies will say, we have to put a date because the government says we have to. But if you, like they say on some of them, if you want to, you can age it for 10 years. It's up to you. Like the John Courage Russian Imperial Stout, I think their best by date is 2023. And that was a 5 year, that was 5 years ago when I had it. So
wow.
it doesn't taste old or stale or turned. It doesn't taste turned.
No, I don't think that the flavor profile is all that complicated though. Like you were talking about dark cherries and stuff. I'm not getting a lot. Like I'm getting the kind of burnt, the kind of fudginess, kind of richness, but I'm not getting
Dark bread.
Yeah, the bread. I'm not getting a whole multitude of complex flavors.
I could be grasping for straws.
It's good for what it is, and it's very good for 99 cents, I would say.
If you like brown bread, some fudge, some coffee notes.
And the fudginess also, because of the beer is so thick, it makes you think of like a thick, dense fudge.
But yet, if you don't, and if you appreciate the fact that it's not a burnt flavor,
Ooh, I want some fudge now.
you might like this. I would definitely give it up there into the 98, 99, 100 range. It's
What
at
percent
least
is it?
10.5%, whereas say like Pabst Blue Ribbon is 4.7, something like that.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
So I would not drink this, 2 cans of this, and go on a drive. Because if you go through a checkpoint, you're not going to proceed on past the checkpoint. So it's definitely a stay-at-home beer, huh?
Oh, I was just thinking, I haven't seen all those checkpoints in a while.
Yeah, so this is definitely not a beer to drink if you're going to be.
But
dealing
if
with
you were
that.
just home for the night, by a nice fire.
Probably not so much for the heat type beer, maybe more for the winter time.
Oh yeah, they talked about Siberian winter. I'm thinking about having some of this, cozying up, in a blanket with a good book and just sipping on this for a couple I would have 2 of these. Probably not, but I would maybe if I was staying at home sipping with my cats, hanging out. But I don't think that I would go to a bar and just be like, what's that?
If you're on a diet, this would probably not be something you'd want to drink.
No, that's another reason I don't drink as much beer anymore. So
Because this is not
many
going to be in
calories.
your wheelhouse as far as Weight Watchers calorie count. You know what I mean? Like,
No, this is a meal.
it's a treat beer.
Honestly, when I first went to Ireland, and I wasn't eating a lot when I first got there because it was just like so much, and I was kind of overwhelmed, and I don't know, I didn't have a big appetite. But we would go and I would get a Guinness, sometimes 2 Guinnesses, and I would be full. I would not be hungry.
But this is thicker than the Guinness or
Yeah.
or the Murphy's.
I had Murphy's the other night for the first time since I was in Ireland.
And you had the draft? Or
I
the
got
can?
it in the can. That's what they had, and you know, it was good. Probably not as good as it was in Ireland, but I was very nostalgic and I enjoyed it.
And the Murphy's in Cork you loved.
Yeah, and then I went from that Murphy's to the grapefruit Radler, and it was not a good transition, and I could not drink the grapefruit after
Yeah,
that.
well.
I gave it away.
So, the Murphy's that we get over here, interestingly, if you look carefully at the can, it does not say Irish Stout. It says imported stout because it's made in England. The Murphy's we get in America is made in England. All right.
Sad. I love the foam.
But
It's
since,
creamy.
Heineken bought Murphy's, they've farmed out their production.
I was surprised when I was in Ireland and I was in Dublin, and they had a giant Heineken sign, like this giant. I mean, I was surprised there was such a Heineken presence.
Oh, because they bought everything. They bought Murphy's.
You know what?
The Murphy's Irish Red Ale is the Irish Red Ale from Murphy's is made in the Netherlands. And they bought all the half the Mexican beers.
have
wasn't it?
never had Heineken. No
Ah.
idea what it tastes like.
We'll have to do a video.
That is a very popular beer that I just randomly have. I don't know. I've never felt moved to get a Heineken.
And Heineken Dark. That's a treasure hunt. You can't hardly find Heineken
I like
Dark.
the commercials with Adrian Brody, but I've
Yeah.
never.
Heineken is we did a hangout about 2 weeks ago. Me and a guy from England, Harry Meadows, and he was liking it. Harry and this guy Peter had been getting into like a big combat with some guys that are jumping on their case for having the nerve to like mass produce beers, and so they've been having like a little war. So anyway, all right. So I would give
I
this
like a lot of mass-produced things.
outstanding.
A plus.
Oh yes, definitely.
A-
I'm not going to go world class, but I'm going to say A plus.
I'm gonna give it an A plus because this is really solid, really excellent.
For 99 cents a can, I beg you to buy it. But of course, you're not going to see it for that price.
Do they still have them at Mathern's, or did you get the
I
last?
bought the last 2 cans.
I'll give you $1 for the last one.
Well, I was going to sit down and drink it and do a written review.
Gotcha.
So, but,
Okay.
they might have another can. He keeps stuff in the back, but usually he puts it in that discount buggy, get rid of it.
Yeah, this is very tasty.
So we went from reds, raspberry, which was good in the context of flavored flim flam beer. And this is an A plus in the context of just beer that's well made and awesome.
This is satisfying. It's a good note to end on. I was getting a little peckish, so this was actually a good little snack to
Yep.
top me off.
Thank you. Laissez le bon temps relais. Outstanding stuff. Thank you for watching this video production. Y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.
Bring your sunscreen.
You'll need it.
It's hot.